Once again, we back.
Yeah, we came to have fun.
Y'all know the Vibula.
Spit one.
Mic check.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just came to show love.
All love, baby. Let's go. What's going on, beautiful people? I hope y'all are doing well. It's your boy Nick. We back. Today we're going to be talking about this bullshit ass, nonsense ass conversation of this battle between dancehall and Afrobeat. Does Afrobeat give enough props to dancehall? Because I hear a lot of mixed feelings and emotions on the topic, right? And I always question myself, why are they even comparing the two and making it a competition, making it a big deal? Because it really isn't. It really isn't when you think about it. And let's be honest about this, right? Does Africa on a whole and the people surrounding the Afrobeat movement give enough props to dancehall in Jamaica? Because it seems like every time I see an artist or a dancehall artist doing some type of interview and they get asked this question, the question is always, does the African diaspora give Jamaica the props for dancehall? And I don't like the question, honestly. I really don't. As a Jamaican, I don't like the question. It creates controversy and it creates division. That's where I'm going to start. Another question me as a person would ask myself if somebody asked me that question is, does Jamaica give enough credit to Africa and its diasporic makeup for its music? Do we as Jamaicans give the African nation enough credit for our music? Think about that. Do we as Jamaicans give the African culture enough credit for the music we claim to be reggae music? Because I want you to think about that. Because really and truly, we speak of reggae music as if it's this thing that we cultivated, we created it. We claim that to just be our music. We're going to get a little bit deeper, right? Because I want people to get a better understanding of this. We got to, if we want to answer the question politically correct, we have to go from the root of the problem, all right? The root of the question. It's not a problem. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, but there's also just things that's just plain and open sight, and you see and know the answer for it, right? And you know what is just and what is just not just, right? So, first of all, we have to understand that Jamaica, right? The population of Jamaica, based on this 2024 estimate, is 2,824,913 people. The ethnic makeup for that number, right? The ethnic makeup of that population is made up of 76.3% African descent, 15.1% comes from the Afro-European descent, and 3.4% comes from the East Indian and Afro-East Indian descent. Then 3.2% comes from the Caucasian and 1.2% from the Chinese. And you have a few other cultures that blend. That's why we have the motto, out of many, one people, right? So it goes back to the same question, or why should Afrobeat and its followers give props to the dancehall culture when the large percentage of people from the island are from Africa, meaning the culture came from Africa? So I'm supposed to give you back something that I got from you. Then if you want to go deeper, you can go and see how diverse the African culture is. Like when we think of Africans, we just think like black people. You know how many times Africa has been through colonization, through different tribes of people? Like we just speak on what we know, but everything goes a lot deeper. Like you have dark skinned Africans, you have light skinned Africans, but you get where I'm going with this, right? So again, if a large percentage of the people that make up the population of Jamaica are African, wouldn't that give you an idea that the culture came from Africa? So again, why is it a problem? Shouldn't be. This is a music podcast. So I found this one very interesting because music is music at the end of the day. It's music. Why should I care where it came from and whose artistry is developing it into a different feel and a different vibe with a little bit of sauce from here and a little bit of sauce from there? Like, it should just be music. Enjoy it. Like, who cares? Like, you dancehall artists out there, when you guys are doing these interviews, like, y'all need to be clear. Like, speak up. Like, let them know. Like, it's okay to let these niggas know. Like, nah, we love it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't care. It's if anything, I'm proud to see like the dancehall culture that originally all the essence and musical spirituality behind it came from Africa to Jamaica, and now it's going back to the motherland. You should be happy to see that. You know what I mean? Like again, but the vision, right? To conclude everything that I'm trying to say is this, right? What most people have to understand is you have to remember why people might ask these questions. For one, they're journalists. For two, streams. Three, you gotta remember music is business, right? And the business of music has been categorized, right? And it's done so to target different groups of people. And to be honest, it's with that when you categorize music, to be honest and be real, it's no different from racism, capitalism, classism, or any sort of religious system, right? Any type of ism, it's no different, right? It's a business structure, it's a business model made to drive sales, right? And most people fall right behind into that movement, sometimes consciously and unconsciously, right? So you might have a person that's doing an interview because Afrobeat and a few artists are pumping right now. So that might be one of their topics to stay trending, right? Even though it's a bullshit question. So this is why I said earlier, artists, my fellow Jamaicans, speak up, be eloquent, like let these people know like there's no problem. We're Africans. So it's cool if it goes back to where it came from. You know what I mean? Don't fall into the business trap and the business idea to go back to the whole mindset of separation because they've already done it. You know, systematically we're already separated in so many fucking ways. So many fucking ways. It's sad. The only thing that can really bring people back together is unity. You know, understanding that there is no difference between my music and your music. At some point, it all came from one place. Music is music. We can't allow them to keep making us feel like they can just separate us through music. You know, like it's a very harsh statement, but it's really true. Like we're being separated with music. It's no different from racism. It's no different from classism. It's no different from any type of ism that's out there. It's no different. Because if I could create a if I create a genre on something, I pull a certain crowd, right? Now that crowd believes that's that. Then I create this other genre. Oh, that's for you, or that's for that crowd. You can't do anything else. You stay in that bubble. But it's art. Music should be art. You shouldn't be limited to what you can create based on the genre of something. Like, just create. Create freaking eight. There's a song by Sizzla. Like, in the song, I heard this since I was a little kid, and this always stuck with me, right? In the song, he said something along the lines of, to divide and rule is their only plan. Only plan. It comes back to this conversation. They've divided us in so many ways, and a lot of us are so blinded by it. The one thing that's going to heal mankind and humanity is peace and love. And we find ourselves to unify each other. That's the only thing that can heal us. But we have to first understand that we are divided. Wake up. Don't let them take the one thing that's really here, the one universal language, to keep splitting us up as people. Music is art. Celebrate it. Love all of it. Don't put a title on it. Just embrace the feeling that it gives you, the message that you can get from it, the knowledge that you can attain from it. That's what you need to look for. Fuck the genres. They don't matter. Artists, stop letting them put you in bubbles. My dancehall reggae artists, when they ask you these questions about Afrobeat this and Afrobeat the third, and if Afrobeat is given credit, they don't need to give us credit. Everything goes back to where it once came from. That's a cycle. It's a cycle of life. Everything is full circle. I want y'all to stop saying that Afrobeat and Africa doesn't give enough credit to dancehall. Stop it. Stop asking these questions. It's bullshit. Speak of more uplifting things for the people. More uplifting things for the people. More of that. Let's just all practice unity. Practice unity and the love for music. Practice unity. UNITY. UNITY, that's a unity. UNITY. I'm out of here. Until next time.